Hi. Okay. So
Yep.
today we have a special guest.
All right.
Yes, you're special today.
Yeah. All right.
えー
Yes, I am.
誠さんをお迎えして、Yes, we are going to record the podcast today. Hi, Makoto.
Hi. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay, so I don't know much about you yet. It's actually the second
Yeah.
time we talked to each other.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I only know just a bit about yourself. So, would you like to give us a little introduction about yourself?
All right. Yep. Hi everyone. I'm a Makoto. I was born and raised in Numata City, Gunma Prefecture. Currently, I'm living in Auckland, New Zealand, as a working holiday visa holder. I came down to New Zealand at the end of last November. I used to live in Australia as well. First, I was as an English student, and I was a working holiday visa holder.
Mm.
I've been there for 3 years in total. Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, so you now live in New Zealand, and before that, you were in Australia, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
yep.
How did you find me in the first place?
You mean, how did I find you?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very recent.
Yeah, like I always use the Spotify to listen to music or like listen to the podcast, stuff like that. And then one night I was like searching some podcasts, which is kind of interesting things because I wanted to find some like English podcast on the platform.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, your podcast was came up on my screen, and then I started listening, and then the episode was you talked with your friends who is from the States,
Mm.
and then yeah, simply speaking, like I got the impact about your English because your English is so fluently and very smooth, especially like your pronunciation when you speak English. I feel like you don't have a not that much like Japanese accent, and then like I already told you, like I was like very shocked about your English. So that's why, yeah, I started listening to this several your podcast
Mhm.
episodes. Yeah, and then
Okay.
I
Wow.
knew
Thank you
you. Yeah.
for all these compliments. You're making me blush. So you discovered me only a few weeks back.
That's
And
right.
then
Yeah.
you kind of sent me a nice DM on Instagram
Oh yeah.
saying that
Hmm.
you actually enjoyed my podcast. And then also talking
Yep.
to my students who have been to New Zealand, and it was an
Yep.
interview. So
Yep.
you thought it was kind of relatable because now you're in New
That's
Zealand
right.
in a working holiday.
Yeah.
So well, thank you. That's
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah. So you reach out to me and we kind of, yeah, talked. And then this is, yeah, I thought maybe your story, what you're doing right now, could be motivational for some listeners who are out there. So,
Oh yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
yeah. And I really enjoy your laid back vibe.
Oh man. All
You're very
right.
friendly and then chill and then just really easy
Yeah.
to talk to. So I thought, oh, maybe I could enjoy talking to you on my podcast.
Thanks for inviting me this
Yeah,
time. I'm pretty
sure, sure, sure,
appreciative,
sure, sure. So, what time is it over there now?
5 plus 6. Yeah, I think 3 hours go forth in between Japan and New Zealand. Yeah, right now. Yeah,
Okay,
it was
okay.
a 4 hours time difference until a
Mm.
couple weeks ago, something.
Because of the
And
summer
then
time?
yeah, like a daylight saving was
Mhm.
finished. Yeah, so it's going to the like autumn in here. Yeah,
I see. Okay.
yeah.
So I'd like to ask you, I don't know, it's okay to ask your age, how old you are right now?
Oh yeah. I'm a 27 right now. This year I'm
27.
gonna
Okay.
turn 28. Yep.
I see. So you're quite young, I guess.
I hope so. Yeah.
So you told me that you were originally from Gunma, yes,
That's right. Yep.
prefecture.
Yep.
And how did you come about? I mean, like, can you tell us about your English journey up until now?
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks for asking. All right. So yeah, like I already like told you, like, I was born and raised in Numata City, Gunma Prefecture, and then like I was staying there until like graduated high school. Yeah, and even like I was graduate from the like kind of technical school. Yeah, like so most likely like those students are graduate and then get a like full-time
Job, yeah.
employee, yeah, straight away. And then I also did the same things. So when I graduated from high school, like I got a job and then I moved to the Ibaraki prefecture. Yeah, like I got a job from the kind of, big like bread company in Japan as a full-time employment.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I started working there and then eventually I was working there for 3 years. Yeah.
Doing what
And
exactly?
oh, okay. I was working at the manufacturer line. Yeah, assemble line.
Assembling
Yeah,
line. Okay.
yeah. So I was like operating the machine, and then they have like heaps of the like part-time workers. So that's why like full-time employees sometimes manage for their like lunch break, smoke stuff like that. Yeah, what I did, and then in the meantime, like I don't know, like suddenly I started like thinking about my future plan because I think the company was actually a good company, but at the same time, like people always have to work. So like initially, like bread, which is like people can eat every day, and then the company doesn't have any holidays, no matter it's on Golden Week or it's like New Year's
The factory
holiday.
itself is running
Yeah,
24/7. Yes.
that's right, exactly 24/7. And then like I had lots of like opinions to start to think about it, and then one day like I went out with my older brother. Like we went to the Yokohama City, Kanagawa Prefecture. Yeah, they have some event, and then we wanted to join the event. And on the way, actually that day, I was sitting like behind the seat, yeah, in the car, and then my brother was driving, and then the passenger seat they had like his wife, and then they started talking about Australia. And then I don't know why we started talking about those things. anyway, and then they told me, hey, Australia has a working holiday visa, which actually you can go to the overseas if you want. This is the first time I heard a working holiday visa is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then that time at the same time I was like thinking about the future plan, and then like maybe next week or after a couple of weeks later, I found some like agent where was in Tokyo, and then I like applied to join some like introduction or something, like kind of the things, yeah. And then I started going there, and then yeah, like I get lots of like tips or like some information what Australia is, something like that. And then after I like started going there, I decided to go to Australia as an English student. I didn't apply for the working holiday visa straight away because like working holiday visa, like usually like you can apply for until you're 30 years old. And at that time I was 20 or 21, something like that. Yeah. And then I thought that maybe I just start learning the English in this case, and then just using the student visa, and then I wanted to hold the working holiday visa in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I started going to Australia, and then started learning English since
Wow.
April 2019. So exactly like 6 years ago. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
middle of the April I learned it in Australia first
Like
time.
just
Yeah,
before pandemic then? Or?
that's right. 1 year before.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow, so up until then, you were not really interested in studying English or going abroad?
So until the 2019,
Mm.
I wasn't interested about English at all. Like
Okay.
especially like until I was high school student.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I studied English, but
Mhm.
just for the exams.
Just for the exam, so you were not really
Yeah,
into English at that time.
that's right. That's right.
Wow,
I never
okay,
thought I'm gonna
okay.
go to the foreign countries in the future. I
Mm.
never thought it. Yeah.
So strange, this little
That
conversation in the car led you to where
yeah,
you
that was a
are.
kind of moment to start think about the foreign countries. Yeah, I
So
still remember the.
it was not like your brother was interested in going to Australia, or he has never
Oh,
been there,
that's a
or
good question.
Mm.
So I have a brother, and then we are 14 years apart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we are very like big gap
Wow,
the
so he's
age.
much older than you are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then when I was a kid, he was already like
Mm-hmm.
adult, and then that time like he always listened to the like American music
Oh, so he
or
likes
like
English actually.
he actually he okay I'm not gonna like he cannot speak English
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm.
he really likes American culture.
Mm.
So and then when I was a kid he kept saying to me like, oh, you gotta study English,
Oh, wow.
otherwise like yeah something gonna be changing your life. But like
Mm.
that's just he was saying, and he
Yeah,
cannot
you're
speak
not
English
really.
at all.
So you're
And
like,
then
you're right. You don't speak
yeah,
any
that's
English,
just
and you're telling me to do it.
but like I pretend to agree with him,
Okay.
but
Because you're the little brother, so you have
yeah,
to kind of listen to
but
him, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I was like just like skip his saying,
Yeah, of
just
course.
ignoring, yeah. But
Hmm.
yeah, that
Hmm.
day was his speaking was a hit in my
Yeah,
heart.
it was kind of like
Yeah,
turning point for you, I guess.
that's right, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
So
Mm.
when you got to Australia, so you did not go to university, you just got a job right after high school,
That's right, yeah.
right after like this technical school you told me about. So you were not really thinking about going to university back then.
That's right, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm,
right, yeah.
mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I did actually too. So I did not go
Mm.
to university,
Yeah.
and then I went to commercial school.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like
Yep.
similar, yes. But I eventually went to junior college. But anyway, so you went to
Uh-huh.
Australia like
Yeah.
that, so study English in the first place. And so at that time, how was your English level?
Oh, okay, that was a horrible, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I started learning English in Australia. That was from scratch.
Mm,
Like first, like I took the like kind of exam at the English school,
mm-hmm,
and then next day I started going to the class. But the class was exactly lowest class.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
called elementary school.
Okay, so you started from the bottom.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that time I didn't understand what is difference between like the question sentence are you and
Mm,
do you.
mm,
How do
mm,
you
mm,
use like
mhm,
each answer
mhm,
and what
mhm,
is the difference between
mhm,
I didn't know there.
mhm.
So everything like from scratch.
From scratch. Okay. But did you enjoy the school back then?
Yes,
You
yes.
did. Mm,
Now, like if I look back that day, like I was so lucky because I started learning the lowest class. Means
mm,
like you have to study from the basic things, and then you know I have the current my English because of I could run the
mm,
fundamental
mhm,
or
mhm. That's very
yeah,
important. Yes. Mhm.
that's why yeah that there. So
Mm, mhm.
that's why
Okay.
I
So
was pretty
starting,
lucky eventually.
yeah,
Yeah,
starting from
mm,
zero, I think that's very important.
that's right.
Kind of
Yeah,
really understand the structure of the sentence.
structure.
Mm.
That's right. Yeah.
How long did you go to school for?
I've been there for 10 months.
10
Yeah.
months. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you go to the next level while you were studying there for 10 months, or did you stay in the
Oh
same?
yeah, just like automatically, like you could like go up. Yeah, so I stayed there for 10 months, and then at the end of the day, my English class was upper intermediate.
Wow, that's a great
Yeah,
job. Only for 10 months.
that's right. Yeah, I like to say, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Were there any other Japanese students in the class?
Lots of like students,
Mm.
like several Japanese students, and then but most likely heaps of the Colombians. Here in the classroom, and then and there was the first time I talked with the Colombian people, and then they're so hilarious. I really liked their
really?
vibes. Very optimistic.
Oh, that's nice. So being with
Yeah.
the fun people around, and then
That's right. Yeah.
together like that. Were you doing a homestay, or were you living in an apartment, or?
So first 1 month I will stay at host family. Yeah, and then after that I found a unit by myself. Yeah, and then I stay with the lots of different countries people here, like Indonesian, Mexican, Indian, and Nepal. Yeah.
So, I mean, like living in Australia like that was actually your first time abroad, or had you been
That's
abroad
right. That was literally first time.
Literally the first time in your life?
First time. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
That
What was
a
it
big
like? Was it difficult in the beginning?
Okay. So, okay. All right. Maybe I should tell a little bit more story. So that was literally first time I left Japan in my life. And then when I landed in at the Sydney airport, everything was like, I don't know, like I couldn't believe anything at all. Like, oh, I'm not in Japan now.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah, that's right. And then I wasn't like afraid anything at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is a completely new adventure in my life. Yeah,
You were too excited then, huh?
that's right. Yeah, yeah, I wasn't afraid anything. So that's why, yeah, I started talking with like host family, but I couldn't understand anything at all. I used the Google Translate, but
that
I
helped.
don't know, like, but even I couldn't understand. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, but yeah, and then yeah, that was and then I want to talk to you a little bit more. What was happened on the first day in Australia? Yeah, and then I talked with the host family and using my Google Translate, but still I couldn't understand what they're talking about. But anyway, I was so like keen to go to somewhere else. Because first time in the foreign countries, I was so excited, everything and all. Yeah, and then in the evening, yeah, I went running because I wanted to explore Sydney. Yeah, and then I was running on the footpaths.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was towards in the city, and then suddenly a car was cutting in.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was kind of from the avenue. Yeah.
Okay.
So my side was a much bigger street, and then I hit with the car.
The car hit you, or you hit the car?
Oh, hang on.
You had a little accident then, huh?
Yeah, car hit me.
The car hit you. You were okay?
Yeah. And then I was on the bonnet.
What?
Yeah, I was on the bonnet. Yeah. And then I was like freaking out because I never had a car crash in my life.
Yeah.
So initially I was in the foreign countries. This is the first time in my life. And then this is the first time I crashed a car in my life. So two things were happening at the same time, and then I was freaking out. I was freaking out.
Of course.
And then the driver was very, very freaking out. And then he came out.
Yeah.
Are you okay? He asked me. And then I cannot understand why I say that, but I was like, I'm sorry. And I just escaped from there.
What? You left that scene. Yeah. I mean, like just saying you said you're sorry, and you just left there.
That's right. Yeah, I was a victim. I'm a victim. I I escaped from the incident spot.
You just wanted to get away from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
were you actually okay? Were you hurt?
no, sure, I wasn't hurt anything at all.
So you were okay.
I was okay. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I already forgot your question. Yeah, sorry. But
I forgot my question either. Are they?
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that was happened. Yeah, so
What was I? What were we talking about?
yeah, seriously, I already lost the main track.
Yeah. What did I ask you? Yeah, your English, I guess. And then it's 10 months of studying at school, and your English got like an upper intermediate level. So after the 10 months, you were studying here in Australia, and then you went back to Japan, or did you just stay in Australia?
That's right. Yeah, because my visa was expire like April 2020 year. Yeah, and then exactly that was the beginning of the COVID-19. And after I left Australia, I think couple days or 1 week or later, they like Australia closed the bordering here.
Okay.
So I had to stay in Japan during the COVID-19. Yeah.
Okay. But do you really wanted to go back there?
That's right.
Yeah. So what did you do then?
So I was quite afraid to lose my English because I spent 10 months to
really
pick up
hard.
English, and I was quite afraid my English gonna be rusty. So I started like taking online lesson, which was and then I always talk with a Filipino teacher, I guess. Most likely they're from the Philippines, and they have like one class which is like free conversation. So exactly like this, just we're
just
having like small talk stuff like that. And then I try to touch the English as much as I can. And then, but the COVID-19 was quite long for me back then. Yeah, and then like I did some like part-time job in my city or something like that, and then one day like I found a job which you can use the English. The job was a Tokyo Olympic organizer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then apply for the job, and then I could get a job. So I was working at the Narita airport.
Okay.
The Olympic organizer. What I did,
cool.
doing. Yeah, what I did, doing the COVID-19. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after a while, you went back to Australia on working holiday this time.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
For 1 year? How many years? In 3 years and 2 years?
Yeah, so I stayed there as a working holiday holder for 2 years. Yeah.
And what did you do this time? Not going to school?
I didn't go to school at all. Yeah. Yeah, I was working. Yeah, because of my visa condition, like you have to like work at agriculture industry, stuff like that. Yeah. So I was working at the firms, and then I was working at the construction site.
Okay.
Yeah, because their salary is pretty good. Yeah. And then I also work as a like kind of driver. Yeah, like a delivery driver. Yeah, but it's not like a truck. Yeah, just a van. Yeah, and it's just like I drove around in the city. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then you were speaking English the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I spoke English. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So you did that for a while, and then what happened there to New Zealand? So you went back again to Japan before.
That's right. Yeah. When was it? Like last April, I went back to Japan.
About a year ago then.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. And then I stayed in Japan for 6 or 7 months. Yeah. And then I moved down to New Zealand. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess like you told me before that you actually prepared yourself to get a job in New Zealand. So you got some kind of license, did you say?
That's right. Yeah.
So to make the most of the visa in New Zealand, you were planning what to do?
That's right. Yeah. So this time, like I'm holding exactly like same visa when I was in Australia and right now, but I think the purpose is a little bit different. Yeah, because I had an experience in Australia, and then so this time I wanna do something different when I was there. So and then I started like making some plan, and then I just kept asking myself what I wanna do, and then I think forklift. Right now I'm working as a forklift operator at the warehouse in Auckland, New Zealand, and then when I was in Australia, I saw some people like operating the forklift at the company here, and then like I feel like something like interested for me. It was pretty interesting about the forklift. Because I never tried that time. But it looks like pretty interesting. And then I started thinking about that because like forklift is a kind of universal job.
Oh yeah,
of course,
true.
even in Japan they have a logistics, right? And then keeps all the the warehouses and the people like operating a forklift there. And then even Australia or even New Zealand, even the other countries, same actually. And then now like I'd like to say I can speak English. I could speak English now. Fortunately, I picked up how to speak English. So English is like universal language initially, and then the forklift operator jobs are also universal universal job. So if I have two things, maybe I can do many countries. I have like lots of like opportunity to move to the other countries. So that's why when I went back to Japan, I got a license, and then I started working at a company, logistic company, and then I worked there for how many months? 3 or 4 months or something. And then their senior was so nice. Like I already told them, like a beginner as a forklift operator, and then they completely agreed and understood my situation, and then they taught me so many things. And then I was working there only for 3 or 4 months, but there was a very, very, very valuable.
They loved you there, I'm sure.
Oh, maybe,
Wow. That's a great idea. I mean, like to gain skill like that. That is,
That's right.
you could still use it in other countries. That was a very good thinking. I guess like lots of people get working holiday visa, and then if you don't really have a solid plan, 1 year goes by so quickly. So I guess like
I can agree
getting
with you
ready
more.
and how prepared you are matters really a lot. So I think that your idea of getting that license in Japan, getting ready and to work in New Zealand like that was such a great idea.
I think so. Because but I think this time wasn't like first time, so that's why I could think like a little bit more things.
Right.
But if I was the first time to move down to the other countries, I think I couldn't think like that way.
Yeah. So you were already experienced,
That's
living abroad,
right.
so you knew what to expect. Yes.
That's right.
That's wonderful. So you've been in New Zealand for now about half a year, is it?
Pretty much. That's right.
So you're gonna be there for another half a year, and
That's right.
visa itself is for 1 year, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and you also enjoy skateboarding, is it?
Oh yeah, 100%. I really loved it.
So you do that quite often over there?
Yeah, quite often. Yes.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, because I also want to say the things. Yeah, because now I could pick up the current my English because of my skateboarders friends. Like I went to the English school and then I picked up the like the basic English over there, but I practiced with the those my skaters friends.
mm.
When I was in senior Australia, like I met so many like nice skaters friends, and they always helped me to improve my English a lot. That's why like what I did is when I went to the school, like in the daytime, I went to the school, and then the school was also in the city, and then my skaters, like I always like catch up with my friends at the spot where it's very close to the my English school. So that's why I finished the school and then I go to the spot and then caught up with my friends and then like I was like, look at them. Today I studied these things. I show him my textbook and I learned these things, blah, 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 blah. And if I had a question, I also ask my friends because they are native speaker.
Wonderful.
So
that is the perfect way to practice English like that. You learn at school and then you don't really have the place to kind of use it. Output is important.
That's right.
But that was the perfect place to kind of hang out with your native English speakers like that while having fun. And then they're happy to give you more, like lesson afterwards.
That's right. So that's why if I just went to the English school that day, like I think I couldn't improve my English that much.
Definitely. That is why your English is so natural and fluent. And
thank you so much.
You're not being afraid of making mistakes. You just want to talk and have a good time with your friends like that. It's really impressive because only 10 months of just going to school wouldn't get you where you are right now. So I guess like the extra help from your friends.
Yes, that's
friends,
right.
I think that matters a lot.
So
very impressive.
That's why, like for me, the skateboarding is quite important because what I felt when I went to Australia first time, I couldn't speak English, obviously, and then. But I met like those friends still I'm keeping in touch with them. And then they are so nice at the first meeting, And
because you are nice, I think. I guess like people are nice to each other.
But the thing is, I couldn't speak English, but they tried to like understand what I wanna say, and they spoke to me quite slowly. So that's why I think like I feel skateboarding would be like over the language barrier.
For sure.
So
I guess anything could be like that. You had the skateboarding,
That's
and then
right.
some people might be into something else, like cooking or gardening or golfing, anything. Yes,
That's
could actually lower the bar so that you can actually enjoy the conversation with the people there. Impressive, very impressive.
Thank you.
And then you also still do the skateboarding over there in New Zealand, and you have more friends that you can talk
fortunately, and then like here, like local people are so nice to like local skaters. They're also quite nice. They're also very
多分
welcome.
ね、なんだろう、その誠くんのそのバイブだと思う。誠くんがいい人そうだから、みんないい人なんだよ。だから多分。
Well, like from like those experience, I realized the one thing, like like actually it's not like easy things because you move to the foreign countries and then make like local friends. It's not like very very easy things, to be honest. Well, like if you have a like some hobbies or you had a passion or something like that, I think you should go to the specific spot because and then you can meet with the people, and then those people are also having the same passion with yours, and then like easy to start like conversation.
Because you like the same thing, you have something in common
That's
to
right.
talk about.
Like it's easy to over the kind of boundary.
It helps you if you have some kind of passion like that. It can be anything, something that you enjoy like that. Wow, that's impressive. That's a very good message, I think, for people who want to go abroad or study English like that. But still, I guess like you mentioned that you listen to podcasts and then also try to learn on a daily basis, not just like hanging out with your friends, going to work. You use English all the time. I can understand it, but even if you live abroad like that, and then you don't really, if you don't make, you know, make yourself study even more than the daily English, I think it doesn't improve that much yet. So that you said that you also listen to podcasts, like English related podcasts,
Yep.
or okay. And then when you listen to podcasts, what do? You just listen to it, or do you take notes, or do you try to do shadowing, or
Yeah, just like writing down the notes.
そ
Yeah.
うなんだよね。ノート全部取ってんだよね。素晴らしい。Yeah, you study a
Yeah.
lot then, huh?
But like I feel like like this is already kind of hobby for me.
You enjoy
Like
that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then yeah, because like I feel like I don't like the studying. Yeah, actually, yeah, especially like until high school students, I didn't like it. I was very very like into the like my club activity. I used to play baseball back then. Yeah,
Okay.
and I always think about those things. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
but like English is like if you pick up the new phrase or words or anything, you can use it in your life. When you meet with the people on the street or something, and then you can try to use the new things. But like the other subject, which I couldn't find out like those things. Yeah. So that's why like I'm pretty interesting to study English, and
You
then I
study
feel
and then you
like
can use it in the conversation.
that's
It can
right.
be
Yeah,
very practical. Yes.
that's
Okay.
right. So I feel like I'm not like making effort to study
Okay.
English
Okay.
now. Yeah, it's
You're
already
just kind of like doing what you enjoy.
routine stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. Impressive. Impressive. Very impressive.
I'm
You're
pretty
doing
happy
a
to hear
great
that. Yeah, thank
job.
you.
You're doing a great job. I mean, like working.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're working as well, and then you are busy with skateboarding too, and you're studying, and then that's a busy life over there.
But it's pretty. I don't feel I'm a very busy
Because
person.
you're enjoying the process, I guess. Yeah.
That's why I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Sounds like a happy life in New Zealand.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you see now that you're in New Zealand, and then in the future, what are your plans, or do you have any plans yet? Or
That's a good question. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's still like up in the air. But yeah, I think I wanna like keep staying the 40 countries like as much as I can. Like you can
you could
apply
still
for the
use
yeah,
working
like
holiday
the
visa for different
visa.
countries. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So and then I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like tied up with the Japan because I feel like I have a kind of confidence to stay in the foreign countries.
Now that you have
Yeah,
gained more experiences, and then
that's right. And then so anywhere is it's pretty good for me
you're
because
pretty
yeah,
flexible.
like I can try to be like have a fun like wherever like I'm in Japan or wherever I'm in foreign countries anywhere. Yeah, so that's why yeah, just following my heart. Yeah, yeah, but like I started working as a forklift operator. That's also like connected with my future plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you
because
look back, it's all got those dots were connected now.
that's right. Yeah, because initially like I'm not like a white collar worker. I'm not good at working with computer. I'm like do the heavy lift. I'm working at like on site. Yeah. So and then maybe like I may keep working as a like forklift operator or maybe like the other things. Yeah. Yeah, but hopefully like this experience gonna be connect with my future. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have a specific picture in my
Yeah, of
brain.
course, of
To
course.
be
Still up
honest.
in the air, but I think
Yeah,
you
up in
will
the
be
air.
enjoying what you have come to. I mean, like you come to here, I think, in New Zealand, and then I'm just excited to kind of listening to, to hear what might happen in your life. And yeah, that's.
Yeah. What
Wow.
about you?
What about me? What? What about me?
So yeah, I want to ask you some questions like what's your like short-term goal or long-term
I
goals
wasn't
as
expecting
a
questions like that.
as an English speaker?
Oh no, you
Yeah.
put me in a spot, I guess. That's a good question. I've been doing this teaching job for quite a long
Yeah.
time. I'm not gonna say how
Mhm.
long exactly because too long. Too long,
Okay.
but I actually do enjoy teaching English. Yeah. So
Mhm.
now that I have all these students that I enjoy talking to in English, I just want to continue what I'm doing right now. But as my students level get higher and higher, so
Oh,
I
okay.
really need
Okay.
to, brush up on my English as well because I have to be the
Brush
teacher
up
all the
on.
time. So there's this pressure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I should be able to give them better lessons from now on too. And then I'm kind of seeing AI as my rival as well.
Oh yeah,
ChatGPT, AI.
today,
Today,
yeah. I think the heaps
they're
of the people
threatening.
using
Yeah.
ChatGPT, AI, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we were talking about that in my class this week as well, that how AI is actually taking over all these jobs, right? And then,
Mm,
yeah, so I don't know what's
mm.
going to happen. I guess like I might lose my job in the future. So it's a
Oh
scary thought, to be honest. But
yeah.
yeah, but
But
go ahead.
like before, like you told me, like you still like brush up on your English. I didn't expect that because
Really?
like initially like I can bet your English is really really good.
No, I think your
Um,
English is quite about the same level.
no, okay. Anyway, but still you know keep brushing on your English. Oh,
I need to. I
yeah.
need to, I guess.
Yeah, like before, like I listened to our podcast, and then it was like learning English is such a lifelong
Oh
process.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
never gonna finish.
yeah. Never gonna
Yeah.
finish. It's a
Mm.
yeah. It's a never-ending story, never-ending journey per se. So, but I
Yeah.
enjoy it. So I'm very
Mm.
fortunate to be working
Mm-hmm.
as a teacher. That I really enjoy my job. So I love all my students, every single one of them. You've met some as well
Yeah. They are
the
so
other days.
lovely. They are so lovely. Yeah.
And they loved
So
you too.
oh,
They loved you too.
really?
So they're looking
Really?
forward to listening to your podcast. This podcast that we're
Oh yeah.
recording right now. I don't know. You just have this vibe. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. I guess you are a people person. You love talking to
You might
people.
be.
Yeah, I think so. Otherwise, I think people are not gonna be talking to you and teaching
Mm,
English to you like that.
yeah.
So.
I think I can tell I'm not like introvert. I'm a
No,
more
not
like
at all. Not at all.
extrovert.
Not at
Yeah.
all.
No.
If you're
Yeah.
introvert, you wouldn't be there. I think in the first place.
Yeah. But like I really like speak English. Yeah, of course
Mm,
I like having a conversation with people
mm-hmm,
in Japanese, but
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm,
I really like speaking English with foreign countries
mm-hmm,
as well.
mm-hmm,
So that
mm.
maybe I have a passion,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm,
to communicate in English with
mm-hmm,
people. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
so that's why
mm.
I'm pretty happy. Like I love people and then people like to me. And I'm
Of
so
course.
happy.
Vice
Yeah,
versa.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, not like one way, like two ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's you are very lucky. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
to
pretty
be.
lucky one to be honest. Yeah, yeah.
なんだろうな、この人。この人なんだろうな。なんか不思議な感じです。いや、ちょっと誠
Oh
さんちゃんと、
really?
How about like in Japanese? 日本語大丈夫なんですか？
喋れますよ。
いやね、そう、なんか、what impressed me is that、まあ日本語でもいい
Yeah.
んですけど、なんだろう、そういう生きた表現、さっきみたいに
Uh-huh.
from the scratch だったりとか、up in the air とか、
Oh,
そういう
yeah,
イディオ
yeah.
ムって、こう、学んだとしても、なかなか会話でやっぱりこう、出てくるのってね、難しかったりするけど、
Oh,
そういうのがポンポン出てくるのすごいなって、やっぱり、do you actually try and pay attention to all these idioms?
yes,
ね、そうだよね。
yes.
そうしな
On
い
the
と出て
spot,
こないよ
yeah.
ね、on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
うん。
Because like I wanna be like my picture of the English speaker what I wanna be as an English speaker. Like I wanna try to be such like a native speaker. I mean, of course, I have a like Japanese accent, and my speaking isn't like as smooth as a native speaker, of course. But I wanna use like a little bit different like expression. Yeah, you know, like texting, like textbook in English, and then you speak English on the street.
English, yeah.
It's actually it's quite
Bit
different,
yeah.
you know, yeah. And then I wanna be a little bit like second one, like I wanna talk with a little bit more street English. Yeah, I like to say, yeah.
So you
And
try
because
to.
that's right, yeah. Because if I met some foreigners who can speak Japanese, and if who can use a Japanese slang or a little bit like a different expression, you'll be like, wow, like, you're like, you know, like
You'll be excited, yeah.
yeah,
Talk to
that's
them.
right. Attractive or something,
そうね。
yeah.
ね。そっ
Yeah.
か。
Because-
Like impressing people. Like that.
That's right. Because I have one Korean friend. I met with him in Sydney, Australia, and then still we are very good, like friends relationship. And then his Japanese is super, super good. And then I think he's a like me, like he's studying Japanese, and then like he tried to pick up the little bit like slang way or something. Yeah. So that's why maybe I wanna say one story. Like one day, like I talk with him. I only talk with him in Japanese because he's a really, really good Japanese speaker.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one day, he always call me Mako. Yeah. And then anyway, yeah, Mako. 俺の服あげるよ。俺ちょっと今断捨離しないといけないからさ、服がたくさんあって困ってるからマコにあげるから。I never heard some foreigners say like 断捨離 from their mouth.
そうだよね。Wow.
But at the same time, I was very like attracted about himself. He spoke Japanese, but he tried to like pick up kind of native Japanese language, yeah, words, phrase, stuff like that. And then that sounds so cool from my point of view.
Yeah. I guess the conversation it can be so colorful when you use all these kind of cool expressions and slangs.
That's
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
And then it can get more exciting to talk to people like
that's
that.
Right. Yeah. So that's why a while ago I was like, yeah, it's still up in the air, but I said up in the air intentionally.
でこう言った時に自分でどうやってなるよね。
That's right.
わかるわかる。すごくなんかアドレナリンが出るというか、なんか言えたってって自分の自己満足なんだけど。
You can be satisfied with yourself.
Yeah, totally. I think that's so important. That's what gets you going studying English like that.
Yeah. So like a couple of weeks ago, I took your online class and I was like smooth sailing. That was also on the
Smooth
spot.
sailing.
On purpose. Sorry, on purpose. And then you picked up and then I was
I was very much impressed.
Yeah.
スムースセーリング知っててもなかなかこう出てこない。その会話の中で。Because you were not prepared. You're just kind of talking randomly. You were not ready to talk about that kind of stuff. You were not really intentionally thinking about using that specific expression in that conversation. ああいうふうにこう、なんだろう。ね。何が言いたいか分かるよね。
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
さらっとこうね、ランダムなトークしてる何気なく話す中でそういうのがスルッと入るのってめちゃくちゃ難しいけど、やっぱりそこにはその努力というか、まあそれが楽しくてやってるんだと思うけど。
Yeah. Like for me, it's like the first couple of times that intentionally I use it and I said it. But after like several times, I think I can say it pretty like naturally. Like my brain like getting used to. What about you? What do you think about it?
どうだろう自分のことあんま考えたことないけど。
I'm gonna ask you,
I can understand like when you are like at your intermediate level and then you get more advanced and then you could just get by with your daily conversation. No, like no problem. But as you want to use these kind of cool expressions in the conversation, it gets more interesting. I mean, like, なんだろう普通になんか smooth sailing って言わなくても、it went well だけでいいわけよね。普通の会話だったら。
Oh,
it went well でいいけど、そこを it was smooth sailing っていうだけでちょっとこう、生き生きした会話になってくるっていうか、だからそれをでもなんか、yeah, you do it so well, I think.
But how did you? Okay, yeah, I think I want to ask you. Yeah, how did you know the smooth sailing?
どこで聞いたんだろう
Yeah, because I knew it
うん
on a podcast.
うんうん
Yeah, and I picked up. But what
Okay.
about you? Yeah.
Maybe I do listen to podcasts sometimes, and I also watch dramas on. Yeah, well, 私はもうフレンズから学んだ人なんですね。フレンズ。Do you know Friends?
Yeah, but I think I've
You have never watched it, I guess. Yeah.
watching.
Yes, this is a long time ago. I'm sure that you've heard of this drama series.
Yeah.
So
Very like a classic one. Yeah.
だけ私はハマったので、ドラマとして。それから学ぶのがすごく多いですね。When I was a bit younger. Yeah, so picking up some phrases like that. And I just really wanted to talk like them on drama.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would just do lots of shadowing and then just
Uh-huh.
finding somebody, some English speaker that I really loved listening to. Yeah, their voice, their tone of voice, and also expressions. And yeah, so just like find like a role model for me as an English speaker. And I try to copy everything that they say. もう
I
モノマネ
see.
でしたね。
Oh, imitated. Oh,
Yes.
but like, why you interested about the English? What was the
I guess I was just fascinated by the sound of English. I really liked it. The sound, it's just, I don't know, the English sound is so cool to me. So I just want to speak.
But like most likely you studied English by yourself, right? And then how did you like improve your English? Because I think you're from the Miyazaki prefecture. It's not like very very big city, and then means like kind of countryside.
Oh, very much
kind of, yeah.
Yes.
And how did you like improve your English?
Yeah, so I did not have any American friends or English speakers around myself. So I was just listening to some kind of radio station, or now we have YouTube, but back then I didn't have YouTube. So なんかそういう英会話
For
用語とか。
example,
Yeah, like Sesame Street or Friends
Sesame
or
Street,
yeah, this kind of thing that I was just trying to talk like them, just 本当に imitation, just copying everything. なんか from the way they talked, how they talked, and なんか息継ぎまで一緒にして練習してたかな because I did not really have anybody to talk to. So it was not a smooth sailing, but I actually enjoyed the rough sailing.
rough sailing. Oh man, I think I should use the rough sailing too.
いやそうなんですよ。なんか英語ってそういうふうにこう言葉遊びができるの楽しいよね。
Yeah, because like today, like we have a lot of social medias, heaps of the like English platform which you can use wherever you want if you have smartphone or computers. But back in the day, like it wasn't like the
no smartphones.
Because like I read one person's book when I was in Japan. He's a really, really like good English speaker who is a pure Japanese. He's a pretty famous in Japan. He's on the radio personality. And then when he was a kid, he always listened to the AFN or something, like the radio station from the US base. Yeah, because he was very interested about the English, but I think he didn't have a lot of English friends around himself.
Just like me.
And then his story was quite similar with you. Like he listened to the radio and just tried to shadowing, imitating.
Just like that. Yeah, just like that. Now we have all these platforms where you can just a fingertip away. If you want to speak English, if you want to learn English, and we have ChatGPT to support you 24/7. So it's like I'm very much jealous of the people nowadays trying to speak English, and then you have all these, so you have no excuse. Because you have all these tools to help you. So the problem is like how you're going to use them or make the most of these kind of fascinating tools.
But on the flip side, like people back in the day, like people really like struggle. Like initially, like how to find the like platform
the
to
materials
run materials stuff like that. So that's I'm pretty like admiring like themselves. Yeah, like what you did. Yeah.
Well, thank you. But it's really inspirational, listening to what you have done to come to the level where you are, and then you're still trying to improve yourself every single day, I'm sure. So it's been wonderful talking to you.
Same. Yeah, because my English is still in a work in progress. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to speak English right now, but I want to improve much more. I'm much more like fluent speaker. Yeah, like you. Yeah. So
You
that's
are
what.
fluent. You're fluent.
Yeah. But,
On the
it's
flip
kinda,
side とかなかなか出てこないよ。
On the flip side, yeah, sounds so cool.
It's a work in progress とかなんかそんなのがさらっと出てくるのやっぱすごいよ。だから今の感じで続けてればもうね、in no time you will be, as fluent as you want to be.
But like sometimes like I met the people and then like the Japanese people and then they ask me how did you like improve your English, but like I also like told them like my like experience, but I think long story short, I think if you want to learn English, I think you should have some passion because like
you have to like.
I think English is actually like one of the subject, but it's not like study. Not like that because that is one of the two of the communicate with people. So that's why you can find a lots of like bright spot. You know.
What you enjoy. If you enjoy cooking, go to YouTube and then watch some cooking shows in English, and then related to what you have a passion with, right?
That's right.
So English is totally different from other subjects. Yes. So
you
can
100%.
actually make it more enjoyable. You don't really have to sit down at the desk and then try to open a book. You just
That's
there
right.
are so many ways to learn. If you like singing, just sing some English songs and then just sing away with the lyrics.
And then like apparently you can tell like how much like you can improve your English. Like let's say you picked up the new phrase, and if you could say the phrase or word to someone, that's one of the evidence like you could improve more than yesterday or before. And then that gives you the lots of motivate.
Totally. I'm very much impressed once again. My hat's off to you. Everything you've done. Well done, Makoto. Well done, once. さっきマコって言われてるとか、マコくんね。
Yeah, but I'm pretty happy like that you invited me to be on your podcast.
I wanted
because
to talk to you more. Yes.
Because like 6 years ago, I couldn't like imagine, like I'm gonna like speak English on the podcast. Like I always listen to podcasts. I'm a listener side. I'm never side. I'm gonna be the other side.
The other side now, huh? Welcome to this side.
This is a really, really good experience for me. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, of course. And then this is actually a great memory. You can go back and listen to your English right now. And then maybe like a year later, you will be much more fluent, I'm sure. So then I can invite you.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And then on my podcast again to see kind of like how much you have improved. I think that would be something interesting to do.
That would be so cool.
Wow. Good luck on everything. We talked a lot. 1 hour. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
That's right.
Really like your relaxed vibe and everything. So good luck on everything.
Thank you so much. But like so many like speakers on the podcast, and then like they say, I could speak lots of like English because of Rika sensei. Actually, that was true. I couldn't speak a lot because you are really, really good listeners.
You think so?
I was so happy. Sorry for like kept speaking.
No. なんだろうな. It was very easy to talk to you. Yes, so really? Nice time. I really enjoyed this. Yes. Let's do this again.
Yeah, if I don't mind asking, like, I want to ask you one thing. Why, like, you asked me to be on this podcast?
Because I wanted to get to know you better, I guess.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Yeah,
and the
because yeah,
plus, there are so many people
yeah,
who listen to my English podcast,
yeah.
who are very
Mm-hmm,
much interested in learning English, and then some of them
mm-hmm,
also
mm-hmm.
want to try the working holiday abroad. So I thought maybe talking to you would be a great motivation for those listeners who listen to this podcast. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
And how
why.
to use how to improve your English as well. I think it was a very good tip that you have given.
Hopefully, yeah, I
Oh
could give
yeah,
them.
I bet. Yes. And how smooth you talk. I think it was not the ordinary way to use your working holiday like that. I mean, like getting the forklift, license in Japan to get prepared for working in New Zealand. I think
Mhm.
those tips could be very valuable for those people who want to
Oh,
try the same
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Mm. Oh yeah, I think so because like yeah, it depends on the occupation, but like some of the jobs which you can use your experience
Mm,
when what you did in
mm,
Japan.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah,
mm, mm,
so
mm,
yeah, not
mm,
for everything, of course,
mhm,
but
mhm, mhm. But that's one
but
way to think about it. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think so.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Okay. I feel like I could talk to you all day, but I think I should cut it for now. まだまだなんか話したいこと、またパート2をどこかでしましょう。
ぜひお願いします。
Yes, thank you. So you're gonna go to bed now? So you usually work at night.
Yeah, I gonna be off to my company because I gonna start work after 1 hour and a
Oh
half.
no.
Yeah,
Okay. You should get ready then.
that's right. Yeah, but pretty much done. Yeah, so that's why
Okay.
I can go. Yeah, on the spot.
It
Yeah,
was wonderful talking to you.
yeah, same. 100%. That was a very
Okay.
very wonderful.
Thank you. I'll be uploading maybe by the end of today, I guess.
Oh,
I don't
really?
need
So
to edit.
quick.
何もおかしいこと言ってないですよね、私たち。大丈夫よね。Yes.
まあ、ただ
編集なしで。
僕がちょっと喋りすぎたかなっていうところ
No,
は
no, 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 no.
大丈
That
夫です
was
か
great. Yeah, I really enjoy listening to everything you said. So 私の笑い声がちょっと邪魔だったかもしれない。
いや、多分それ僕もやばいっすよ。多分笑えちゃったな、確かに。
結構笑いが多かったね。よかった。
笑っちゃいましたね。
いいことです。
いやー、でも、いい経験になりました。
よかった。またちょっと自分でも聞き直してみてください。
そうします。
すごいな。素晴らしかったです。Okay, thank you. I'll be talking to you later then. Bye.
Thank you so
誠
much.
誠
Yes,
さんでし
see
た。
you. ありがとうございました。
Bye. はい、誠さんとのエピソードでした。I had such a great time chatting with Makoto on the podcast today. Funny enough, he actually found me by chance and reached out with a really nice message. 私のことをね、見つけてくださって、とっても嬉しいメッセージを添えてご連絡いただき、この今日のポッドキャストが叶ったわけなんですけれども、こういうふうに海外で働きながらね、良い経験をしている人のお話っていうのが、リスナーの人たちにとっても意味のあるものになるんじゃないかなと思って今回ご招待いたしました。I thought his experience working abroad would be super inspiring for anyone thinking about doing something similar. で、本当に彼の英語がとっても居心地がいいというか、聞き心地がいいというか、とってもフレンドリーでね、チルなバイブを持っていらっしゃるので、聞きやすいし、話しててすごい楽しいなと思って。I also have to say, I was genuinely impressed by his English. He's got such a chill, laid-back vibe, and the way he speaks just feels so natural.It totally makes sense when he says he picks up new phrases from talking with his coworkers and hanging out with his skateboard friends. 趣味のスケボーを通してね、その英語のネイティブのお友達とかとお話しすることで自分が学んだフレーズなどを使って、それが定着しやすくなっているから、こういうふうに自然な英語を話せるんだろうなというのがとても印象的でした。He also mentioned that he listens to podcasts, writes down new expressions, and makes an effort to actually use them in conversation every day. ポッドキャスト聞いたりっていうのは誰でもできることなんですけれども、そこの中から出てきた クールなフレーズだったりっていうものをノートにまず書き出して、でそれを自分の中に落として、でアウトプットによって定着させていくっていう、その努力、ご自身は努力とは思ってなくて、ただ単に楽しいからっておっしゃってましたけれども、すごくわかるなと思って、I really love that.Like we said during the episode, it's such an awesome feeling when those new words and phrases you've been learning just come out so smoothly when you're speaking. だからその学んだ表現とかを定着させて、その表現がスルッと口から出た時のその快感言ってましたけど、アドレナリンがね出てる感じがすごくあって、達成感といいますか、そこはすごく私もわかるなと思いました。It's like the little burst of accomplishment. It's kind of like a rush of adrenaline, right? なので今回のエピソードを聞いてね、一人でも多くの方に、こういう生き方もあるんだと、こういうビザの使い方もあるんだ、そしてこういう風な勉強法もあるんだなっていうことを、が伝わったらいいなというふうに思いました。I hope this episode gives you some helpful tips on how to learn natural English and maybe even a bit of motivation if you're thinking about going abroad on a working holiday visa.So yeah, thank you very much for listening to the end, and I will be talking to you later. Bye for now.